Hi, Marina Aldao. Welcome to my university, the BUOU University Open University, breaking barriers, connecting people to quality education. BUOU University, the premier university in the BUOU region, is offering an open distance education through BUOU Open University, where you can learn whenever and wherever, even during the global crisis brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. The BUOU Open University seeks to provide a wider access to quality education adhering to the highest standards of academic excellence in order to produce trained manpower required for the development of the BUOU region. The program specifically seeks to provide a wider access to quality education by offering degree programs via the distance education mode. Establish an innovative system of continuing education of professionals and career development for those unable to avail the opportunity through the usual traditional delivery mode, and to develop instructional materials and technology appropriate for distance education. We offer the following programs: Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership and Management, Master in Management, Master of Public Administration, Master in Local Government Management, Master of Art in Educational Leadership and Management, Master of Arts in English Education, Master of Arts in Social Studies Education. At present, there is a distance learning office or center in the main campus of BUOU University at the third floor of the university library. The DLC in the main campus is open to serve students coming from various parts of the region. To better serve a wider segment of the Bicolanos, the BUOU Open University intends to engage in partnership with local government units and other academic institutions in the region. The course modules are the basic medium of instructional delivery. The faculty in charge shall use a combination of modules, open educational resources, internet resources like video clips, web links, and other printed materials following design course guideline in synchronous delivery mode. Learn whenever and wherever in BUOU University Open University.
Good morning, BUOU University, Open University. Welcome to BUOU Faculty and Student Orientation Program. This activity will provide you an overview on our academic policies, rules and regulations, and university services. I am Maria Eleanor Gibron, a student representative of Master of Arts in Educational Leadership and Management, Open University. Happy to be with you as your moderator. To begin with our program, let us start with a prayer to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem and the BUOU hymn.
Under your grace, your mercy amazes me. Under your wings, your shadow covers me. Your promise of love, where my heart is safely undone. Speak to me, Lord, your servant is listening. Over the noise, I hear you whispering. My hope has come, and my heart is safely undone. to say my weakness covered by His strength, and I am found forever safe.
Thank you for choosing Pickle University Open University. To welcome you all in this orientation, here is the ever-dynamic Dean of Pickle University Open University, Dr. Ramesis M. Lorino.
To our very dynamic University President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas, equally dynamic Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Amelia A. De Rosan, to the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Herbert B. Rosana, to the core affiliate, professorial lecturers, and support staff of the BU Open University, to the reason for our existence, my dear students, new, continuing, returning, shifters, and transferees, student leaders, guests, good morning. Bicol University is the newly structured unit of the university that delivers distance education. As of this date, we have 333 students coming from the United Arab Emirates, South Africa, London, United States of America, China, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and all over the country. Today is a very significant day as we conduct the orientation for faculty and students for the first semester of the school year 2022-2023, to include also the LMS orientation, program orientation, and election of officers to commence this afternoon. Welcome to this great institution of learning. A well-known proverb says, "What a child can see climbing the tallest tree, an elder sitting down will see." We are here to support you and help you go far in life via our well-experienced faculty. The sky is your limit. My friends, this is the new Bicol University Open University, connecting islands, bridging continents, breaking barriers, and connecting people for quality of education. For on behalf of the Bicol University Open University, we welcome you all to this orientation. Thank you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Lorino, for the warm welcome. At this point, let us listen to the inspirational message from the very accommodating Dean of Bicol University Graduate School, Dr. Herbert B. Rosan.
Friends, ladies, and gentlemen, thank you so much for inviting me to grace your occasion with an inspirational message. So to start with, I would like to first of all to extend my warm greetings to our University President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas. Good morning, sir. And I would like also to extend my greetings to Dr. Amelia A. Dorosan, the Vice President for Academic Affairs, to the Dean of the Open University, Dr. Ramesis M. Lorino, to the esteemed faculty members of the Open University, and most especially to the students of the Open University. And I would like to extend to you a warm welcome, especially for this first semester of school year 2022 and 2023. And we are fortunate that we are given this opportunity to be in the Open University as an alternative means of obtaining education. And I believe that in the coming years to come, the distance learning mode will become the norm in our university, especially as technology enables us to communicate with each other. And sometimes, and most often, this technology helps us overcome the barriers that can lead us to the maximization of our potentials as human persons. Now, my dear friends, I would like to um, relay this message, these important thoughts that I have, especially in the process of education. Education is a three-way process. You have the input, the throughput, and the output. And in the end, in the output, we expect that all of our students will become experts in their field to contribute in the um, development of the nation, the development of their communities, and to contribute to the development of the global culture, and also in general to make life more easy for each and every one of us. Now, in the input, it's very important that we put the right inputs in this process of education. And primarily, first of all, is we have to have the correct inputs, like the selection of our students, the selection of our faculty members, and the kind of material resources that we provide in this process of education. That's why in this year and in the coming years to come, we will be more stringent in the admission of students, and also in the process of evaluating your thesis and dissertation. Remember that as graduate students, one of the most important aspects of your output is your thesis and dissertation. This is actually the measuring rod of all graduate studies program. Here, we do not intend to just give you coursework, but rather we expect that your coursework will lead you to write a better thesis, a better dissertation that will contribute to the development of our nation and of the world in general. That's why I would like to encourage you to take this opportunity given to you, especially by our government, by the Republic of the Philippines, and giving you a highly subsidized form of education. And this is our not only our personal duty to ourselves, but this is also our patriotic duty to excel in the field that we are in, and to make use of this achievement in order to contribute to society. Remember, my friends, that there is no greater duty than serving humanity. And as professionals and as graduate students, our great service to humanity is how we make life easy for everyone, and how we contribute in the solution to the problems that challenges us. And we are living in a very challenging times, and especially if we look at uh, the crisis that we have underwent since 2020, like the pandemic, and also the war, and the economic recession, and the looming problems of international peace and security. I think these are challenges that we can hurdle together. So either that we contribute to the solution of the problem, or we add up to the current crisis that we have. My dear friends, take this opportunity to better yourself. Take this opportunity in the Open University to make yourselves better, so that we can help build a peaceful world where everyone will contribute to the development of the nation, of the country, and everyone will exert effort to make this world a peaceful world to live in. So, in behalf of the Bicol University Graduate School, I would like to welcome all of you, and I would like to wish you well in your graduate school journey. I always hear graduate students say, graduate studies journey. Yes, this is your journey. And I hope that as you begin with your journey, we can all walk together to achieve and attain our destination. So have a nice day and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rosana, for the words of encouragement. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let us listen to the person behind the institutionalization of Bicol University Open University, our University President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas.
Our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Amit Rosan, Dr. Ram Lorino, Dean of the BUOU Open University, faculty members and staff, my dear students, a pleasant day to all of you. As I welcome each of you to another academic year in this continuing pandemic, let me remind you of this dictum: no progress is ever possible without making decisions. Each day is a decision-making day. Even when we do not hold managerial or admin positions and designations, we are always in the process of managing, whether that means managing our life or that of others. The clear point is, we are managers in a world of options and decisions. We are leaders, either of our own life or others, and even the larger community. The choices we make will ultimately affect others. One of the best options Bicol University decided to adopt is the transition from flexible learning to blended learning. I know that as students in the Open University program, this choice does not directly affect you as you remain in online distance learning. But this transition simply means we need to constantly evolve with the changing education landscape of our times. Today, more than ever, your decision making is essential to the way we manage teaching and learning. In this new normal, nothing is more important or as relevant as the way we choose our teaching and learning modality. In this instance, the current and probably the best practice is the blended learning. However, what has been highlighted by this pandemic is our transition to digital education. Slowly, we seem to have transitioned well to the point we are no longer extremely afraid of technology. We have in fact conquered our fears and ventured into getting to know the advantages of digital education to the point that we have devised various ways of optimizing it in the context of this new normal. But we have to continuously keep in mind that merely knowing how to use technology or identifying what technology to use for what purpose is not enough. We need to come up with the best possible means of optimizing its use as a platform to enhance our existing teaching and learning modalities. Digital education, whatever your digital platform is, will enable us to choose well and optimize the way we teach and learn. Since the Open University is a newly revitalized program in the university, there is a continuing need to slowly but surely evolve into a unit that is at par with our internationalization thrusts and global directions by increasing its teaching capacity and offering highly relevant academic programs to support industry needs. I am confident that the Open University program of Bicol University is inching its way towards this significant direction. To all the faculty members of the BUOU Open University, the students, the administration, welcome back to Bicol University. Let's continue working together towards our vision for world-class university, producing leaders and change agents for social transformation and development. Thank you, and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you, President Mascareñas, for that message. Bicol University, Open University, is one of the higher institutions offering distance education in the Bicol region. It is important to know what is open and distance e-learning. To give us the details, here is Dr. Maria Jane P. Mascareñas.
I will be giving you an overview of what is BU Open University. But first, what is open learning, distance education? Is there a legal basis to this? And what are we doing in BU Open University? So to start with, let's take a look at Bicol University, Open University, breaking barriers, connecting people to quality education. There are many forms of open education. Education for all, distance education, correspondence school, open learning, open university, virtual campus, virtual classrooms, web-based learning, e-learning, open educational resources, open research, open data, transnational and cross-border education, and many more. So let's take a look first of what is open learning. What makes open learning open? Open learning is when decisions about learning are taken by the learner himself or herself, like whether or not to learn, what to learn, how to learn, where to learn, when to learn, how to get learning assessed, and what to do next. Okay? So open learning is a philosophy of learning that is learner-centered and flexible, enabling learners to learn at the time and pace which satisfies their circumstances and requirements. So therefore, open learning can be anywhere, not inside the classroom, as per specified by this CHED Memo Order number 35, series of 2000. What is then distance education? Distance education describes a set of teaching and learning strategies or educational methods that can be used to overcome spatial and temporal separation between educators and learners. Okay, so please take note of that. There is a separation between educators and learners, which can even be by space and time. CHED, according to its Memo Order 35 series of 2000, further defines distance education as a mode of educational delivery, whereby teacher and learners are separated in time and space, and instruction is delivered through specially designed materials and methods and supported by organizational and administrative structures and arrangements. Therefore, distance education is a planned educational system. It is planned so that there are specially designed materials and methods that is supposed to be delivered to the learners by the teachers, and that there is an organizational structure and administrative structures and arrangements that supports it. So what is open learning and distance education? Both are alternative systems of education, which emphasize the opening of opportunities by overcoming barriers that result from geographical isolation, personal or work commitments, or conventional course structures, which have often prevented people from realizing their educational goals. Again, from CHED Memo 35 of 2000. Let's take a look at the important characteristics of distance education. One major characteristic, per definition of CHED and other literature, is the separation of teacher and learner in time or place, or in both time and place, okay? So given that, this illustration will show you, or this picture will show you, that the trained teacher, supposedly trained in distance education mode or open learning mode, and the student are separated, but there is a well-prepared appropriate ICT communication technologies or well-prepared designed learning packages or course packages or instructional materials and learner support systems that provide the bridge between the separation of the teacher and the learner. Okay. Likewise, there is an institutional accreditation that is learning is accredited or certified by some institution or agency, so it follows certain assessment, evaluation, quality assurance, etc. Another characteristic is the use of technical media, including print, radio and television broadcast, video and audio, cassettes, computer-based learning, and telecommunications. So you can see here, at the upper part were the old ones, and at the lower part are the new ones. This time you have the different educational platforms like Moodle, Google Classroom, Edmodo, Schoology, etc. And even some teachers are even doing the social media. Provision of two-way communication, which allows learners and tutors to interact as distinguished from the passive receipt of broadcast signals. So it's not purely lecture, broadcast, lecture. Rather, there is an interaction, a two-way communication, given those different instructional modes presented earlier. Another characteristic is the possibility of face-to-face meetings for tutorials, learner-learner interaction, library study, and laboratory study or practice sessions, meaning the learning materials are well designed for a remote instruction of mode of delivery. And this keeps the learners engaged in a remote instruction mode of delivery, meaning that there should be an engagement between the learner and the teacher, okay? Again, given this presentation, you will notice that there is a connecting bridge between the teacher and the learner via the preparation of planned materials, well-prepared, appropriate communication technologies, and learner or student support systems. Here are the important principles of distance education. Removal of unnecessary barriers of access to education. Those are examples of which are geographical isolation. For example, very far from Bicol University, cannot anymore take their courses. Not with distance education, they can. Discrimination on the basis of race, gender, home language, or language of learning, age or physical disability, inability to take time off work for a course. Our students are all professionals in distance education, and they are all workers, either part-time or full-time. Lack of appropriate qualifications, lack of funds. So these are the barriers that are removed by distance education or open learning. So we are disruptors of change. Recognition of prior learning, experiences, and current competencies. Other important principles: there should be learner support, expectations of success, and cost effectiveness. So, given that, let's take a look at the advantages of distance education. Distance education is one way of tapping and maximizing limited resources for increasing intakes in a more economical way. How is that? The students will not anymore be worrying about their transportation and food whenever they go to BUOU University. So, or even residing sometimes in hotels, just so to be able to attend to the following day class. They will not be worrying about those costs anymore. Another advantage is to reach a wider student audience. So, in fact, in distance education, you can have 100 to 100 plus or more students in one subject, provided, of course, it is given in the systems of the institution. Okay? Learners in remote locations who are unable or unwilling to physically attend a campus are still reached by distance education. Another advantage is to meet the needs of students who are unable to attend on-campus classes. This was what I've been saying. Learners engaged in full-time or part-time work, family or community commitments. So these are the very reason why they cannot sometimes proceed with their degree programs in advanced education. And these are barriers that are broken by distance education. So distance education also provide opportunity for continuing professional development of graduates. Now, is there a legal basis for what we are doing in BUOU University? Everyone should be familiar with what is RA 10650, which is an act expanding access to educational services by institutionalizing open distance learning in levels of tertiary education and appropriating funds, therefore. This was approved in December 9, 2014. You can Google it if you want to look further or read further the details of the provision. But for the meantime, just for purposes of this orientation, I simply selected what is important for information of the body. Section 1, the act shall be known as the Open Distance Learning Act. And Section 3, the definition of terms. Let's take a look at how it is defined in RA 10650. Distance education is defined here as a mode of learning in which students and teachers are physically separated from each other. And that is what we are doing in distance education. It is a student-centered, guided, independent study, making use of well-studied teaching and learning pedagogies to deliver well-designed learning materials in various media. So therefore, this is different from the residential mode, of which, due to the pandemic, emergency or urgently jump into online learning. Okay? It is a student-centered, guided, independent study, making use of well-studied teaching and learning pedagogies to deliver well-designed learning materials in various media. Okay? It is also described as flexible learning and distributed learning. Further, let's take a look at the definition. According to RA 10650, ODL is actually a combination or a marriage between the concepts of open learning and distance education. It is a system which combines the methodology of distance education with the concepts of open learning and flexible learning. So open learning refers to a philosophy of learning that is based on flexibility of access for equity in education, an educational system accessible to every individual with minimal restrictions, and emphasizing the flexibility of the system to eradicate problems caused by barriers like age, geographical location, time constraints, and economic situation. With that, we now go into BU Open University. When was this started? This was started in November. This was approved by BOR Resolution number 24 on November 20, 1997, which approved the setting of the BU Open University. At that time, and during that administration, while the proposal that was approved was to offer degree programs, it was implemented via short-term courses. The objective of BU Open University is to bring the curricular programs of the university to a wider populace of students through the establishment of distance learning centers across the region. Okay, so this time with present technology and the changes in educational landscape, this distance learning center has to be revisited. So it was only in 2004 that an admin order number 177 was done to provide the general implementing guidelines for the operation of BU Open University. And so in second sem of 2005, BU Open University was able to took off with 3 initial programs in the graduate school. That's why it is lodged in the graduate school. The general objective of BU Open University is to provide wider access to quality education, adhering to the highest standards of academic excellence in order to produce trained manpower required for the development of Bicol region. But we went beyond that. Initially, the objective is to provide to produce trained manpower required for the development of Bicol region. But as we opened the BU Open University, other students coming from outside the region, Batangas, Laguna, Leyte, Samar, are coming in to enroll in this mode of education. And then now, after that, so we are serving other parts of the country, not just the region. This time, we have offshore students, not just this time, in the past 5 years, I think. We have offshore students. And even at the very start of BU Open University, we have 1 graduate from Saudi Arabia, the very first graduate of BU Open University. So specific objectives of BU Open University are as follows, and they are 3 major objectives. 1, to provide wider access to quality education by offering degree programs via the distance education mode. Establish an innovative system of continuing education of professionals and career development for those unable to avail the opportunity through the usual traditional, conventional, or the residential delivery mode. Okay? And develop instructional materials and technology appropriate for distance education. So how is the mode of instructional delivery? We started with course modules, the basic medium of instruction delivery that we do before. And these are prepared by faculty in charge and other source open educational resources or web-based materials. Okay. Now this time you have a lot of web-based or web-linked materials that can be found in any particular field of discipline. So how do we do it? There are 2 approaches. synchronous and asynchronous. When we say synchronous, the people are in the same place at the same time. If it is online, the people are in different place but at the same time. Okay? So, per observation, the residential courses are doing synchronous approach in flexible learning, as in every schedule per week, they are on synchronous mode, delivering the lectures to the students or the students providing the reports at the same time, which may be in different places. Okay, so they are using technology. While the other one is asynchronous, which is in a different time, same place, but in a different time. Okay, or in a different place and different time, that is online. So distance education uses both synchronous and asynchronous, but most often, in as much as the materials are ready and the course packages are already prepared by the FICs, what we are doing in distance education are mostly asynchronous, given the very nature of distance education. Okay, so let's take a look at what are those that can be asynchronous and those that can be synchronous. Asynchronous could be discussion boards, quizzes, polls, email, digital documents, recorded audio or video, recorded slides with narration, self-paced courses, because the students are self-learning and self-independent. Okay? So synchronous, on one hand, are the virtual classrooms, the live presentations, the ongoing lectures, the live text chat, instant messaging, live audio or video chat, live quizzes or live polling. So that's the difference between asynchronous and synchronous. Okay. So what is the mode of instructional delivery in BU Open University following RA 10650? One, the actual delivery of these courses or these modules is taken care of by faculty in charge and tutors. Now, in Open University or distance education, the professors are called faculty in charge. Why? Because they are not supposed to teach in front of the students. They are not supposed to give lectures every meeting, but rather they facilitate learnings of the students as self-learners and independent learners. Okay, so they are more on facilitation and attending to the course modules that are to be handled in a particular course. The faculty in charge and tutors are the same person. Each subject or course has an FIC or a course supervisor who ensures the attainment of the objectives of the course and who rates or evaluates the performance of distance education students. So I hope you see the difference now of what is distance education and the online teaching that is happening now given the pandemic. Performance of students enrolled in distance education mode is assessed through required faculty mark assignments, tutor mark assignments, exercises and activities, final term papers, or even proposals for research and supervised examinations, which can be on-site or online. Before we do it on-site, this time it is online. Just to give you a snapshot of what we do before in distance education, prior to the pandemic, there is a face-to-face meeting for the first meeting and orientation of the students in Open University. in BU Open University. So you can see here the FICs having a face-to-face meeting or orientation with their respective classes, because there is a general orientation for all Open University students, which is a must in distance education, and an orientation via respective classes that will follow after that immediately. That was the practice before pandemic. Okay, so the mode of instructional delivery. Okay, so here is another snapshot where you can see that the first meeting is actually the orientation with the students about the delivery mode, because it's different from the residential. And the examinations were on site then at that time prior to the pandemic. You can see that in this picture. So the mode of instructional delivery, tutorial sessions are part of the course delivery system of the Open University or distance education mode, which are designed to facilitate clarification of topics, issues, and ensure informed discussion among module users, okay? So the tutorial sessions are not actually lecture sessions. These are just clarification of issues or topics or further guidance to the students that were not taken up in their modular or web-based materials. Tutorial sessions at least once a month or depending on students' needs, particularly for some subjects such as research, statistics, qualitative, quantitative research, there is a need for tutorial sessions, and for other major subjects that will depend on the student and the teacher. The tutors are the FIC themselves, which facilitates this tutorial session. Now, that is the flexibility in distance education. Okay, so this time, the pandemic time, everything is online for orientation. And just like this orientation now, it is virtual. Tutorial session, consultations are virtual. Now, who are the target clientele of distance education? It is designed for those who have difficulty attending the traditional residential mode of instructional delivery due to inadequate time, busy work schedule, distance and other physical barriers, and inadequate financial resources. As I've mentioned now, we have a lot of offshore students. Therefore, these barriers are already removed. It is designed for mature learners who have the capacity to undergo independent self-learning, okay? So it's not a spoon-feeding lecture type. Self-motivated individuals who have the desire for self-advancement. Okay, so these are the target clientele of distance education. Now, before I end, let me share this to you. Just a certain thought to be shared. According to Sundar Pichai, a CEO of Google, technology alone will not improve education, but it can be a powerful part of the solution. Okay. Another one, according to Alvin Toffler, an American futurist, writer, and businessman, he says, and this is very famous now, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mascareñas, for the comprehensive discussion. At this point, it is necessary to the faculty members and students to be guided with the academic policies for us to be oriented and be the change agent in our society. To discuss these policies, let us listen to our academic program coordinator, Dr. Emily M. Agono.
Good morning. I will be sharing the academic policies, rules, and procedures for graduate studies effective 2021. But of course, I will be focusing on the provisions, issues, and concerns that are commonly raised by our graduate students in the BU Open University. Let us first take a look at the organizational structure of the BUOU. The unit is headed by the Dean with support staff, coordinators, the faculty members, and of course, the students. Currently, there are 7 academic programs that are being offered in the BUOU with their respective program advisors. Let's meet the core faculty members, starting with the Dean, Dr. Ramesis Lorino, Dr. Melinda de Guzman, the Instructional Development Coordinator, Dr. Maria Jane Mascareñas, one of the senior faculty members of BUOU, Dr. Emily Agonos, the Academic Program Coordinator, Dr. Ramon De Leon, Research and Extension Coordinator, Professor Jose Carlo Lavapie, the Student Affairs and Services Coordinator. We also have Dr. Roldan Cabiles, the Coordinator for Gender and Development for BU Graduate School and BUOU, as well as the Document Controller. Professor Rolly N. Monte Alegre is the Academic Support Coordinator. We also have the affiliate faculty members, starting with Dr. Luis Amano, Dr. Reina Habalo, Dr. Maria Julieta Bores, Professor Maria Elma Mirandilla, Dr. Renelyn Bautista, Dr. Angela Lorenzana, and we have the professorial lecturers. We have here Dr. Hermelita Antivola, Dr. Nilo Mayor, Dr. Aramis Aristides Balde, and of course, Dr. Larry Nunez. We have Mel Angelo Balisbis and Rian Renren Nario as our office staff. For those who are enrolled in the master's program, there are a total of 30 units to finish the degree, with the addition of passing a comprehensive examination, submission of your thesis, and a publication of an article in a journal. Under doctorate level, there are 60 units in total for you to complete the academic track with the same requirements. Admission in the graduate school can be classified into regular, meaning you are qualified to undertake the graduate study. And you can also be admitted on probationary status, which means that there are deficiencies in your documents, but you are showing a potential of success in the graduate study. So you have to meet the specific requirements to be prescribed by the office through your program advisor. During the first semester, when you are admitted on probationary status, you are allowed to take at least 9 units of coursework, provided that you will earn a general weighted average of 2, and upon submission of an approved change of status from probationary to regular, to be issued by the Office of the Dean of the Graduate School. You are expected that you're able to submit all these requirements for admission to the registrar. During this first semester, especially for the new graduate students enrolled in the BU Open University, and for our returning students, you are allowed to carry the maximum regular load of 12 units per semester. And if you will recall, during the enrollment last week, you were required to submit a plan of coursework and an advising slip. This is an example of the plan of coursework that indicates the school year and the semester that you have to take a particular course for your foundation, major courses, and thesis or dissertation, and of course the required cognate courses that can be taken from other programs with the approval or in coordination with your program advisors. And you can see here the certification and advising sleep that must be properly accomplished. And please take note that we are using the FB page of the BU Open University to post important announcements and information such as the enrollment procedures. And for some of you who are bothered or worried about having the official BU email account and other technical concerns about the online registration system, you can actually find in our FB page some contact details like what you need to do for you to be able to communicate your concerns with the Information and Communication Technology Office, or ICTO. There are also other services for the students which will be covered in this orientation, such as the Students' Affairs and Welfare Services, Registrar, Health, Library, Guidance, and of course the ICTO services. And please be guided also by the university calendar for you to be aware or informed about important dates to remember about your studies. And one of the important things that you need to know is the residence requirement and time limit for you to finish your respective degrees. Take note that a maximum of 5 years and 7 years of actual residence from the start of your graduate work shall be allowed for the fulfillment of all your requirements for the master's degree and doctoral degree. If you intend not to enroll for one academic year, you are required to file for a leave of absence. Form is available in the registrar's office. But take note that the total lived time in the degree program must not exceed 2 years. After earning at least 12 units of your coursework, both in the master's and doctoral degree, you are already allowed to enroll in thesis or dissertation writing. I also get some queries from the students that they are waiting for a professor to meet in thesis writing, and they are also waiting for a Google Classroom or group chat to be created. But take note that when you are enrolled in thesis writing, the things that you need to do is, of course, file for an application for thesis advisor, accomplish a concept note. There is a template to be given to you by the registrar, and in coordination with your designated advisor, you have to start working on your thesis proposal composed of chapters 1 to 3. And please be guided by the work instruction for the remaining steps for you to complete your thesis writing. There are also other students who are able to complete the 6 units for master's degree, but they are not yet done with their thesis. Take note that if you are able to enroll in the 6 units thesis writing, you are to still enroll in the succeeding semester on residence, subject to the policy on maximum residence of the program. The university, the BUOU, shall have a uniform grading system as being implemented in the university, meaning to say it can be flat 1 to 5, where 1 is the highest grade and 3 is the lowest passing grade, and of course 5 is considered to be a failure. Most of the time, the students get an INC, meaning incomplete coursework. Take note that you have to coordinate with the faculty in charge for you to comply with whatever requirements will be given to you within a year, because if you will not do that, the INC will be converted to a failing grade in the ORS. After completing all the academic course requirements with a GWA of 2 or better, the student can now file for comprehensive examination, which will now be administered in the Open University. For all of you who are already enrolled in your thesis writing and about to have your final defense, these are the requirements for graduation. For more details and additional information that you would like to know about the academic policies, you can get or you can access a copy of these policies, rules, and procedures for graduate studies in the course site, or rather in the web page of the BUOU University Graduate School. This is your academic program coordinator saying thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Agonos, for presenting the academic policies. Distance learning will not be possible without the use of a system or a platform. To demonstrate the use of BUOU University Open University Learning Management System, or LMS, let us listen to our Student Support Coordinator, Professor Rolly N. Monte Alegre.
Good day, everyone. I'm Professor Rolly Monte Alegre, and I will be providing you an orientation on the BUOU University Open University Learning Management System. So to start with, let me provide you a few introductory notes about our learning management system. BUOU University Open University utilizes distance learning modality. So with that, we do have our own cloud-based learning management system. So what is a learning management system? So BUOU adopted a cloud-based learning management system for it to provide wider accessibility and standardized interface to deliver its courses efficiently and effectively to its students. So one of the primary features that a learning management system or BUOU's learning management system has is it provides you everything that you need to have for the course. Aside from the effectively and efficiently designed course modules of our faculty in charge, our learning management system houses everything. So it houses all the course modules, from its content, class activities, and resources. Next, our learning management system is just like a social media and email system in one. So if you do have an account with our learning management system, you can access various communication tools on which you can collaborate with your classmates, with other students enrolled with the same program as you. You can also send directly a private message to your professor. Last and definitely not the least, we understand the need for a specific platform for you to access and for us to deliver our courses to you. So with this, our learning management system is available 99.9%. So which means you can access it 24/7, anytime, anywhere. So with our cloud-based learning management system, we are providing you an assurance that you can access your course modules with multiple platforms. So if we talk about multiple platforms, we are talking about mobile devices, such as mobile phones and tablets. We are talking about desktop workstations. We are talking about laptop. So whichever device that you have. Another thing is you can access our learning management system with different type of operating systems. So we understand that not all of you have an access to computer workstations all the time. So some of you may opt to primarily access our lessons through mobile phones or mobile devices. It doesn't matter if you do have an iOS device, iPhone or MacBook, or you are using a Windows computer or laptop, or if you are using an Android device or a Chromebook or maybe a Linux system. Across these operating systems, our learning management system can operate and reliably be accessible 24/7. So to access our learning management system, all you need to do is to type buou.edu.ph on your web browser. So to show you how to access it, let me share my screen. All you need to do is to type buou.edu.ph, then enter. Automatically, you will be redirected to the home page or the primary page of the BUOU University Open University. So here you will be provided with the information regarding our programs, our admission requirements, how to connect with us, and most important is the FAQs. So I advise especially those who are newcomers with Open University to check the FAQs to at least initially answer what's on your mind regarding the Open University. And we do have some discussions about distance learning, our mode of instructional delivery, more information about the Open University, and our online forum for the registered users, the online Kapihan. And below are some recommended e-resources. Okay, so to access our course modules within the learning management system, all you need to do is to create an account. So if you do have an existing account, click on the login button on the upper right corner and key in your username and password. If you don't have an account yet, just click new account. Okay, so to create a new account, key in your desired usernames. I advise that you use the university email that is provided to you upon enrollment. So in my case, I have rnmontealegre@bicol-u.edu.ph. Primarily, if you utilize the university email provided with you, you will be saved from the trouble of remembering too many accounts to log in with Bicol University systems. Well, that's the primary reason that I advise using or utilizing the @bicol-u.edu.ph account. So for your password, it is imperative that we follow the rules in creating the password. So what are these? At least 8 characters. It must contain at least 1 digit, at least 1 lowercase character, at least 1 uppercase letter, and at least 1 non-alphanumeric character. So as an example, I will try to do a password like at BUOU now 2022. So this will be my password. Okay, I'll provide my password now. Then your email address. So mine will be rnmontealegre@bicol-u.edu.ph. Next, key in your name, your surname, your family name, city or town you are from. So in my case, I'm from Daraga. I'll provide it with the province. Then just click create my new account. A notification will inform you that an email is already sent on your registered email with the BUOU Learning Management System. So for you to fully access, you'll need to verify your email address. So log in on your email and look for an email specifically sent by buu.edu.ph. So in my case, it's this one. Then you will be provided a link to verify or to confirm your account. So just click on the blue text link. Then it will proceed with the confirmation. Then you can now access our learning management system. Okay, so after login, let me introduce you now with the interface. Now, this is the dashboard. The dashboard will be your home page inside the learning management system. So as you can see, you are provided with information regarding your recently accessed courses. So in my case, this was a course from Dr. Cabiles. Then below are my enrolled courses. So in my case, these are the courses that I handle. Now, on the right side of your screen, you are provided with the menu. First is the dashboard. Next is the site home. Clicking the site home will redirect you to the home page of BUOU. Next is the calendar. The calendar provides you updates. We are talking about real-time updates. Next is the private files. Then the content bank, then my courses. Clicking the my courses menu will provide you a shortcut to your enrolled courses. Okay, on the right side of your screen, you are provided with shortcut panels. First panel is the timeline. The timeline panel provides you real-time notification regarding your course. So if we talk about this real-time notification, it is the notification with most priority. So if in case you do have an activity due for next week, it will pop up in the timeline panel. Next is the private files. If you do have files that is already uploaded with the learning management system, you can access it directly through this private files panel. Next is the online users. So just like a social media, our learning management system provides you access to communication tools inside the learning management system. So you can chat whoever is online. So for example, I will chat Miss Loma. So let us chat Miss Loma here. Just click chat icon. So let's chat hi. So we say hi. So your recent messages will also be recorded. Just like this one, I had a message with Ma'am Renz. Had a message with Ma'am Rico. Just like the Facebook Messenger. So to go back, just click dashboard. So let us proceed now with the next panel. The next panel is the calendar panel. It provides you a shortcut and a preview of your personal calendar, provided with all the notifications. Okay, so let us access a course. So to access a course, just scroll down and look for the specific course you are enrolled with. So as an example, let's try to access this one. So this is a course that I handle. So this is about data structures and algorithms. So as you can see, all of the contents are here. Okay, now let us proceed with your enrolled courses. By the way, in our learning management system, our professors or our faculty in charge does the enrollment on the specific courses inside the learning management system. Once you are enrolled in a specific course, for example, this is a course from Dr. Cabiles. So here, I am already enrolled with Mind Ed 214, Materials Design and Development for English Instruction. I can already view the course modules provided by Dr. Cabiles. So to access its content, all you need to do is to just click a specific topic inside the course. Okay, so let me try to show you courses under MPA. So we have here local government. So this is a course from Professor Lava P. This is the course content and the modules. So if you want to access specific modules, just click. So I advise start with preliminaries. So we have the syllabus, the course guide. You just need to follow whatever is provided to you inside the course module by your faculty in charge. In any case, you do have questions regarding the course, just contact the faculty in charge and immediately a reply will be provided to your query. Okay, so let me try to show you a course under OU MLGM. So let us try to access a course by Dr. De Leon, Human Resource Development and Management. So if you will scroll down, you will have all the resources related to this course. Then here's an example of an activity. It is very important that you know how to comply with an activity inside the learning management system. So as an example, let us click on this activity provided. So this activity requires you to submit 2 pages of paper on your understanding of the BUOU vision, etc. And below provided are guides to the requirement for activity 1. Okay, so how do you comply for this activity? Your faculty in charge, just like this one with Dr. De Leon, will provide you all of the necessary instructions for you to follow to comply with that specific assignment or activity. So it says here, save your work in one PDF file and make it A4 size bond paper. Okay, so let us assume that you already have that PDF file. So all you need to do is to click Add Submission. So just click this part to upload your file. Click Attachment. Click Choose File under Attachment. Locate your file. Click Open. Click Upload this file. Then click Save Changes. Okay. So when you're done, you can go back and view the other contents for the course. So when done, you have the option to go back to the dashboard and view your other courses. So with the learning management system, you don't have to worry for getting upcoming due dates for your activities. You don't have to worry that a lesson will be skipped because you cannot access it on a specific time. We are doing it asynchronously with the learning management system. And you can always go back with the module and review each of the content for you to satisfactorily learn what is being provided with the course. So that's it. If you are done, don't forget to click log out. So with this learning management system, you can access our courses anytime, anywhere at your own convenience. Alternatively, you can access also the learning management system via mobile device. So we are proud to say that we in BUOU University, Open University, we have pioneered. We are the first in the university to offer a mobile app to access our learning management system. So our app is the very first mobile app for the BUOU University. You can access our app whether you're using Android device or an Apple device. So first, to access our app using an Android device, click and open Google Play Store. Search for the BUOU Open University app. Select. Click Install. Once installed, look for the app, open, click Connect, and key in your LMS username and password. Once done, you will be provided with the access on your course content inside the learning management system. So next is installing an app with your Apple devices. So for an Apple device, just open the Apple App Store. Again, look for the BUOU Open University app. Click on the cloud download icon to install. Look for the installed app. Click and open. Click Connect. Key in your username and password. And once again, you will be displayed with the course content inside the learning management system. Now, provided with mobile access, you will be provided an alternative way of efficiently accessing the contents of a learning management system. Now, what is an advantage of utilizing our mobile app? It consumes 70% less data. So if you're using mobile data, it can save you 70% because all of the contents, all of the graphics will not be loaded inside the app. So these are purely just the content, the text, and the links for the resources inside the learning management system. You will also be provided an option to download the content offline with the mobile app. So with these options and alternatives, we are assured that our courses will be 100% be delivered to you effectively and efficiently. So my advice is for you to keep in touch with your faculty in charge so that you will be guided each and every time you will need assistance to access a specific lesson or to be guided on how the course module must be done accordingly inside the learning management system. Okay, that's it. So if you do need assistance, you can chat on the Facebook page of BUOU. Just search for the BUOU University Open University in Facebook, chat your queries, and it will be forwarded to the faculty in charge. And if it requires technical assistance with the learning management system, it will be forwarded to me. Alternatively, you can also reach me using bu-ou@bicol-u.edu.ph email address. The emails will be replied upon by our personnel in charge. So it will be routed depending on the queries and concerns. Primarily, of course, it will be routed to your program advisors or the faculty in charge. Similarly, for technical concerns, it will be forwarded to me. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much. Again, this is Professor Rolly Monte Alegre, the Academic Coordinator of BUOU.
Thank you, Professor Monte Alegre, for your comprehensive discussion on navigating the BUOU Learning Management System, or LMS. The student support which is offered by the Student Affairs and Services will be discussed by our ever-supportive Student and Services Coordinator. Professor Jose Carlo V. Lavapie.
The experiential presence of a student in a campus. It is quite a challenge, but we are moving barriers one step at a time. We have introduced the Ikapian last September with the prime goal of creating a lived school experience. Now, there are two main services being offered by OSAS. They are the Student Welfare Services and Student Development Services. These Student Welfare Services refers to the basic service and programs needed to ensure and promote the well-being of students. Under this is the Information and Orientation Services. On this, we have our official BUOU Facebook page. There you can message us directly regarding your general concerns. With regards to specific concerns and internal information, we usually cascade this information to your specific group chats, Facebook page of each program through your program advisors. We also have virtual bulletin boards in our Google Classroom and Mood Learning LMS through Student Lounge. With regards to the guidance and counseling, we have Dr. Ben Ginebras as our guidance counselor. You may contact him or me so I can schedule you an appointment to our guidance counselor. Second major service of OSAS is Student Development Services. There are four major functions. One is student activities. This is to supervise, recognize, and monitor the different program organizations. Second is the student organizations and activities, wherein we accredit, monitor, and evaluate activities. Third is the leadership training, which we plan to conduct this September. And last is to maintain and advise the BUOU Student Council. Our Student Council started its existence last August last year, and I commend the effort of all officers through the leadership of our President Augusto, that this council be established. It is a pleasure working with you guys with a goal to serve our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Lavapie. Aligned with the presentation of Sir JC, the President of the BUOU Student Council, Ms. Jovel A. Duana, will present the Constitution and bylaws of the organization.
Good day, BUeños. I am Jovel Duana, and I am the current President of the Bicol University Open University Student Council for academic year 2022 to 2023. My presentation is all about the role of the BUOUSC in the BUOU community. To start off, let's know a little background about the BUOUSC's establishment. The BUOUSC was established last August 2021 with Mr. Don August G. Delgado as the former president and Professor Jose Carlo B. Lavapie as the council advisor. Along with the establishment of the BUOUSC is the crafting of its constitution and bylaws, or the CBL. The BUOUSC CBL was the council's guiding light and key to be recognized by the Office of the Student Affairs and the university official. Fortunately, the BUOUSC CBL was approved and the recognition happened on the 5th day of November 2021. Moving on to the details of the BUOUSC CBL, it is stated in Article 1, General Provisions, that the BUOUSC shall be the highest governing body of the BUOU students. This means that the establishment of the BUOU Student Council is not only for compliance, but it is an avenue to promote and strengthen the students' involvement and student rights and welfare. In relation to students' involvement, the BUOUSC is tasked to create activities, projects, and programs that requires the participation of the students and faculty via the online setting. These programs and activities must serve as a forum for the healthy exchanges of students and faculty's ideas, opinions, views, and grievances to protect and strengthen the students' democratic rights and welfare. In addition to that, the Student Council shall establish linkages between and among the student body, faculty, administration, and other sectors of the academic and non-academic community in order to uphold the academic freedom and encourage participation among its members. In spite of the distance and the busy schedules, this must not hurdle the Student Council in conducting such activities. Hence, the Student Council is permitted to collect 100 pesos every semester that will serve as its general fund in order to promote and support its future programs and activities. The said 100 pesos must be collected by the Student Council Treasurer, and this must be classified as the BUOU fee, in which all BUOU students must comply. In terms of disbursement of funds, it shall be in accordance with the budget as approved by the Student Council, Advisor, and the BUOU Dean. Aside from that, it is stated in Article 14 of the BUOU-SC CBL that all the decisions of the Student Council, recent or in the future, will always be based on the majority of the votes. Hence, the Council shall always put the democratic rights of the students on top of its priorities. And that is the Constitution and bylaws of the BUOU Student Council. Now let's move on to the presentation of the newly elected officers of the BUOU-SC for AY 2022 to 2023. And those are the newly elected officers of the Student Council. And as the first project of the said council, we proposed the BUOU-SC logo. The BUOU-SC logo symbolizes growth, learning, intellect, and wisdom. We also promote the establishment of the BUOU-SC official page. The creation of the BUOU-SC page is in compliance with the approved BUOU-SC Resolution No. 2, Series of 2022. The BUOU-SC page intends to promote transparency, establish trust and confidence, and provide quality information dissemination to the student body. As for our future plans and activities, we will cater to the needs and interests of the students in order for us to serve our purpose as the highest governing student body of the BUOU University Open University. And lastly, I would like to warmly welcome all new and continuing students of BUOU Open University for first semester academic year 2022 to 2023. Let us continue to uphold the vision, mission, and 4 pillars of the BUOU University, and together we can connect islands and people to quality of education. Mabuhay!
Thank you very much, Ma'am Vel. Now, let us be acquainted with the services offered by BUOU and BUOU University Graduate School Registrar. Here is Miss Veronica O. Gomez. Thank you, Mom Veron. Indeed, we should know whom to consult with our academic records. To give us the services offered in the University Health Services, we have the officer in charge, Dr. Neo N. Noyes.
Welcome to Bicol University Health Services. We are proud to present the Bicol University Main Campus Health Services and the 6 Satellite Campus Health Services. Daraga Campus Health Services, East Campus Health Services, Bucaf Health Services, Pulangi Campus Health Services, Tabaco Campus Health Services, and Gubat Campus Health Services. The Bicol University Health Services Medical and Dental Personnel Organizational Chart. Dentist 2 and the OIC of University Health Services. The Dentist and Dental Aid. Main Campus Health Services Nurses. Daraga Campus Health Services Nurse and Nurse Aid. East Campus Health Services Nurses. Bucaf Campus Health Services Nurses. Pulangi Campus Health Services Nurses. Tabaco Campus Health Services Nurses. And Gubat Campus Health Services Nurse. The new normal safety and health protocol of the BUHS clinic during this COVID-19 pandemic. The medical and dental services offered. For the medical health services and for the dental health services. And the requirement to avail the services and our schedule. Thank you.
Truly, we must avail the services offered by the University Health Services. Thank you, Dr. Noyes. Now let us listen to Ms. Glenda Aurora S. Julianda, the University Librarian, and their services offered in the University Library.
Hello everyone. First of all, thank you for having us in your college orientation. In behalf of our officer in charge, Ms. Glenda Aurora Julianda, and the staff of the University Library, welcome to Bicol University. I am Mrs. Laila Bilardo, the Reference and Information Services Section Librarian at the University Library. The main objective of this library orientation is, of course, to let our clients, especially the freshmen, shifters, and transferees, know what the library has to offer in terms of learning resources and services to aid them in their academic journey in Bicol University. So our brief orientation will cover the University Library's resources, services, facilities, and basic policies. The University Library is physically located beside the University Health Services or the main campus clinic. Aside from the university library, we have 7 other college or unit libraries, namely the College of Law, the Health Sciences Library located at the College of Medicine building, Tabaco Campus, East Campus, Polangi Campus, College of Agriculture and Forestry, and Gubat Campus libraries. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For now, until further announcement, we are closed during Saturdays and of course Sundays. But as soon as the scheduling is approved, we will open again on Saturdays. We are also closed during public holidays, during suspension of classes, and during school breaks. As a policy, we are open every first day of classes of the semester, and we close on the last day of classes for the semester. We do not process library cards anymore, but for returning students with old library cards, you may have them validated so you can use it in lieu of your BU student ID. So when you go to the library, our security personnel will ask for the following: your COR validated by the college registrar, BU ID or your old BU library card or any valid ID if you have not been issued yet with a BU student ID, and the vaccination card or certification and other required documents as per administrative order. We also would like to ask especially our freshman students, to accomplish the online patron record form so we can add you to our library database. For now, madami-dami pa tayong kailangang i-present while we are working on our RFID library card. In terms of facilities, our reading rooms are fully air-conditioned. There is also free Wi-Fi and you can browse through the open shelves. There are online public access catalog computer terminals to easily find the available materials in the library. We also retain the tables and chairs in the corridors on the second and third floors for those who doesn't like to stay inside the air-conditioned reading areas. We would like to request cooperation of everyone in observing the proper health and safety protocols while inside the library, such as wearing of your face mask at all times. We also have spaces which are under renovation, such as our lounge area, discussion rooms, and the internet section. On the first floor, you will see the Reference and Information Services section. This is where you can request for library clearance and referral letter. We also have 2 OPAC terminals or kiosks stationed at the side of the section, so you would already know the materials available in the library before you go up to the second or third floors. On the second floor are the thesis and dissertation section, the print periodical section, and the general references. We are currently digitizing the thesis collection so we can have them accessible electronically later on. The books which you can borrow are available at the third floor. We have separate foreign and Filipiniana sections. Please know, however, that the Gender and Development books or GOD and Bicol non-special collections are for room use only. The library houses a collection of print books, thesis and dissertation, and journals. We also have electronic resources or non-print in the form of open access and subscription-based ebooks and e-journals. Now, how can you initially know the available materials in the library? You can browse through our online public access catalog or OPAC. The OPAC is available online. You can go to our website, so you can go directly through the link, or you can chat or give us a message so we can give you the link. When you're in the library, you can also use our OPAC terminals or kiosks. You can also go to our YouTube channel to view the instruction video on how to use the OPAC. But I will be quickly showing you how to navigate this on the next slide. It's actually very simple. Just choose a field, or just choose any field and then type in a keyword, for instance, research methods, then click search. It will give you the search hits, so you can scroll it down or look to the other pages. And if you found the title or the book, the material that you need, you can just click the link and you will be able to find the bibliographic information of the material. So you can see the call number. You should note the call number and the title and the author of the book. You can click back to search result. And if you know the author, you wish to search through author, type in the last name first. For instance, Rizal, Jose, and then click search. You can scroll down to find the exact material that you need and just click again. Okay, so note of the call number, the title of the material. Now, the library has a current subscription to an online database called Gale Academic One File. This database includes articles from peer-reviewed journals with full text and citations, which can be downloaded for free. You can get the link and password by sending us a request through this link, tinyurl.com/database password request. The Academic One file also houses our current subscription to 91 ebooks. These ebooks can also be downloaded for free. This is the homepage of the Academic One file database. You will be asked to type in the institutional password here. So you can also go to our YouTube channel to view the instruction video on how to use this database. We also currently purchased ebooks through TiTech Media. All of you will be automatically registered using the BUOU email. Kindly wait for the link and the default password to be sent to your BUOU email one of these days. We are also providing blended services like we have our on-site Ask a Librarian or our Library Assistance Program, book borrowing on-site, clearance and referral letter requests. We also reopened our on-site research. Since the pandemic, we also intensified our online services, which we will continue this semester even if we already have our face-to-face transactions. So this is, by the way, RISA, our Reference and Information Search Assistance, or RISA for short. She is the face of our digital reference and information services and is available online through Facebook, email, and text during office hours. You can send your questions or requests any time of the day, but please expect a response from RISA during office hours. You can reserve books online through our Ask RISA. Upon confirmation of the availability of the books you requested, you can pick them up at the library or have someone pick them up as long as he or she has the requirements that we need. So the link is tinyurl.com/askrisa. We also have document scanning services also available through the same link. It applies to books, print journals, and thesis and dissertation. The normal extract limit, meaning the maximum pages that we can scan and send back to you pursuant to fair use, are 20 pages or 10% of the total number of pages, whichever is higher for books. For printed journals, up to one article from one journal issue, or 10% of the total number of pages, whichever is higher. And of course, for thesis and dissertation, we can only scan the abstract page unless you have an authorization from the author. You can also request for database passwords through the link tinyurl.com/database password request. So this pertains to the academic one-file database. So we will give you the link and the password for that database and other future databases that we will be acquiring. As to our borrowing policies for BOU students, you can borrow a maximum of 2 books for 2 weeks. The thesis and dissertation, however, are for room use only. Now, the schedule of borrowing is Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Borrowed books may be renewed only once. Renewal can be done in person or through FB Messenger or email on or before the due date of the books that you borrowed. Borrowed books must be returned on your due date not later than 9 a.m. to avoid fines. General circulation books are fined at 5 pesos per hour, and the lost books must be replaced with the same title, author, copyright, or a newer edition if the book is out of print already. Students with accountabilities, meaning unpaid fines or unreturned books or unsettled lost books, are listed in the online student clearance system. So these are where you can primarily find us online. This is our FB page. So please do add us as a friend. We also have our fan page, Bicol University Library. All updates and announcements are posted in our FB page. We also have our YouTube channel, Bicol University Library System, and our Google site website available at sites.google.com/bicol-u.edu.ph/BULS. Now, these are our links to our online forms. You can take a screenshot. These are the links for the OPAC, our Ask Lisa for book reservation, document scanning, and requests for links to e-resources, the link for the database password request, and for the patron record. We also have other online forms. You can give us your feedbacks through our client satisfaction survey available at this link. And you can also recommend books for purchase through our book request form or our ebook request form. Before we end this library orientation, we hope you can help us improve our services by answering also our library orientation evaluation online form available at this link. It's tinyurl.com library/library orientation evaluation UL. We give out prizes like GCash or cell phone load to those who answer the evaluation through an e-raffle. So please go to this link after this college orientation. Again, in behalf of everyone at the University Library, thank you for inviting us and for listening, and we hope to see you one of these days in the University Library. If you have questions and clarifications, don't hesitate to drop us a message in Facebook, email, or text. Dagos po kamugabo sa University Library. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Salamat po.
Thank you, Ms. Glenn. Indeed, library is beneficial to us pursuing graduate studies. Here is a presentation from the guidance services prepared by the BUOU Guidance Coordinator, Dr. Baby Boy Benjamin D. Nebres III.
I would like to warmly welcome and congratulate everyone for passing the BUSET and getting a place in Bicol University. Your arrival here marks a new chapter of your life. You will be meeting new challenges, new people, new learnings and experiences. This new chapter may be a bit different from your high school life, wherein you were fully dependent from your parents, guardians, siblings, teachers, and other people close to you. This time, you'll have the opportunity to make your own direction. But the great thing is, you have the chance to be more responsible, learn new things, acquire new knowledge, develop new skills, and be able to enhance your personal attributes in profound ways that will provide you a well-rounded personality, even life after university. What are the things you will be taking charge in college with this new normal situation? Number 1, manage your time well. Life in college can be more complicated. Being a college student already comes with its own challenges. However, you are now facing additional challenges with most, if not all of your classes being put online, which means shifting of learning space from public space to personal space. With the initial transition from on-campus classroom to virtual classroom, your typical morning will change. You now find yourself at home getting ready to sit behind the screen all day. It is certainly a change from having to wake up, get ready, and walk to class. Develop a routine. This is key. When you were on campus and attending classes, your routine revolved around going to classes in person. Now that you're studying from home, it's vital to establish new routine and stick to it. Continue to structure your life around your coursework. Establish anew. Understand this is temporary and that you can adapt. Number 2, handling your social life appropriately. BUOU University is a very big institution, which means a very big and new social scene for you. You're bound to test your social and emotional flexibility in meeting new people who came from different places. They are with different backgrounds, views, interests, and perspective. They might also be different from you, but you have to embrace the difference and understand that everybody is unique. With the transition to online learning, you will also be experiencing a shift in your social interaction from physical to virtual. This is not a social cutoff from the learning community, but you need to shift your communication channels. Surround yourself with a good support group. You can create or join a study group via chat room. Number 3, practice mindfulness. It is being totally present in the moment, non-judgmentally, open and accepting. Be reminded that worries, fears, and anxieties are all in the minds. As quoted by Glenn Turner, worrying is like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. So if you want to enjoy your university life and be successful someday, live with mindfulness. Maintain your inner peace and see the beauty of life every day. You can do this also by setting up a conducive place for studying in your home or when attending online classes. This will help you be more concentrated and motivated in welcoming new knowledge. Likewise, be more active in interacting with your classmates and professors virtually. Lastly, ask help and support. As we navigate through this complicated situation, the university is committed to doing what is necessary to ensure that you receive the support that you are counting and the opportunities to pursue and achieve your academic objectives. None of this will be overly easy, but it just has to be taken one step at a time. Know that there are support services available for you. We have guidance offices in various colleges ready to assist you. There are registered guidance counselors and faculty in charge assigned. Finally, stay safe, stay connected, and stay on track. God bless you all.
If you feel you need an expert to consult with your academic endeavor, you must avail the services offered. Thank you, Dr. Nevers. To give us the instructional updates, we have the ever-diligent Instructional Development Coordinator, Dr. Melinda D. De Guzman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am going to discuss the instructional development updates and concerns of the Bicol University Open University. Instructional development is a flexible program for students who are less interested in teaching in a classroom and more interested in being involved with the development of learning experiences, instructional materials. With the Bicol University restructured, is now mandated to be a degree offering and eventually a degree granting academic unit of the university. It was also given authority by the Board of Regents to expand its program offering into a selected undergraduate courses and non-degrees short-term courses needed in the region. This is approved by the BUOU Resolution number 24, series of 1997. One of the objectives of the Bicol University is to develop instructional materials and technology appropriate for distance education. And what are the updates and concerns? The updates is the Instructional Development Coordinator per Office Memorandum number 85 series and 22, and to take charge of the preparation of instructional materials, modules, and production of learning kits, organize production and design of curriculum materials, assist the faculty in developing instructional materials to be used by the faculty, approval of course guide syllabus submitted by the FIC concerned, directed to affix my initial with academic program effective first semester school year 22-23. One of the concerns now is the faculty in charge to submit a course syllabus or course guide in the start of the classes. The preparation of instructional materials, modules, and production of learning kits, and the submission of instructional materials, modules, and learning kits. So I hope these concerns and updates of the instructional coordinator will be supported by the different faculty in charge, part-timer, and faculty who are teaching in the Bicol University Open University. With that, thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you, Dr. De Guzman, for giving us the latest updates on instructional development. Now, let us listen to the Gender and Development Coordinator, Dr. Roldan C. Cabiles.
Good day, everyone. I am Dr. Roldan Cabiles, the Gender and Development Coordinator of BU Open University. And today, I will walk you through the milestones and background about gender and development in Bicol University Open University. The gender and development in Bicol University is highly supported by our President, Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas, SUC President 4, who is also the chairperson of the Gender and Development Focal Point System in the university. We are also supported by our Director of the Center for Gender and Development, Dr. Noel Arafer. Together with Dr. Rafer is Professor Gretchen B. Miliena, the Research and Development Support Staff of the BUC GAD, Professor Amabelia Abion de Luna, the Extension and Community Service Support Staff of the BUC GAD, and Ms. Camille D. Jelay, the Administrative Aide of the BUC GAD. Yours truly is the Gender and Development Coordinator of BUOU, with the supervision of our supportive Dean, Dr. Rameses M. Lorino. The following are the mandates of Gender and Development in Bicol University. We anchor our activities and programs on the following. First, Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, or the CEDAW. Beijing Platform for Action, Republic Act Number 9710, or the Magna Carta of Women, and its implementing rules and regulations. Also, the Joint Circular Number 2012-01 from the Philippine Commission on Women, National Economic and Development Authority, and the Department of Budget and Management Annual Planning and Budgeting Guidelines, the CHED Memorandum Number 1, Series of 2015, the Civil Service Commission Resolution Number 1-0940, or the Administrative Disciplinary Rules on Sexual Harassment Cases. This is the GAD perspective of Bicol University, and that is to become a gender-responsive university, producing leaders and change agents for social change and development. The following are the goals of Bicol University in achieving the vision, and that is to mainstream gender equality principles and perspectives in instruction, student services, research and extension, to develop and implement plans, programs, and activities that will advance gender equality in the university, to promote God sensitivity and awareness within Bicol University through trainings, workshops, and seminars, to integrate the principle of gender equality in the conduct of research and in the delivery of extension services to the community, to establish sustainable partnerships and foster cooperation with networks and advocates within and outside of Bicol University to promote a gender-responsive society. To do this, the following are the agenda, which are broken into many components. The first component is the God capability building that targets to address God, that targets to come up with God planning and budgeting, gender analysis, gender audit tools, gender awareness and sensitivity, anti-sexual harassment. The component 2 talks about God in instruction, student services, research, and extension, that we need to integrate God concept in the curriculum, syllabi, research extension. We also need to conduct research on issues concerning women and gender and development in particular. We need to use gender fair language. We need to have gender responsive counseling and establish committee on decorum and investigation on social harassment cases. For the component 3, God information dissemination, advocacies, and data generation. We need to have publication and documentation, forum discussion on women's and gender issues, anti-sexual harassment seminar, support to end violence against women, and finally support to Filipino family. The fourth component of our agenda is the GOD policy initiatives or change reflected on equal opportunity in employment and scholarships, non-discrimination of pregnant students, faculty, and employees, gender fair courses, equal opportunity in enrollment in curricular programs. These are the budget of the two units, particularly in the graduate school and in Open University. For the graduate school, our budget is 167,915, and we are able to spend 141,815 pesos already, with 84% of our budget. For BUOU, we have a budget of 27,000, and we were able to spend 21,150 pesos, equivalent to 78%. And these are our activities for the first semester, for the second semester of 2021-2022. First, we targeted to develop and enforce policy and standards for gender-responsive curricula, instructional materials, teaching competencies and methods, and to improve gender responsiveness of policies and programs of the college. So we we held a seminar on crafting gender responsive policies and programs and writing gender fair instructional materials and communications last May 13, 2022 at Casa Lorenzo, Tagas Daraga Albay in collaboration with Center for Gender and Development and BU Open University. We also targeted to foster awareness on women's rights and empowerment. And so we distributed t-shirts to BUGS teaching and non-teaching personnel in support of the National Women's Month celebration. And aside from the t-shirt are also the hygiene kits. We also awarded Outstanding Women in Service in the graduate school with the BUGS Dean and the BUGS Secretary. And our most outstanding woman in service who was awarded at the Oriental Proxy Hotel Legazpi City on March 31, 2022, Miss Miss Veronica O. Gomez, our registrar. Dr. Emily Agonos is the most outstanding woman in service in BU Open University. We also awarded Dr. Maria Jane Mascareñas the Outstanding Woman in Service in BUOU. We also established Gender Corner as part of the health and wellness of the employees in BU Open University and Graduate School. So we purchased equipment, supplies, and materials for use of teaching and non-teaching personnel. And in BUOU, through the initiative of the former GAD coordinator, Dr. Melinda de Guzman, we were able to establish the Gender and Development Corner. For the number 4 target, we provided an avenue for women and men leaders to reflect on their experiences individually and collectively for a deeper understanding of the women and men situation and gender issues in the Philippine context towards mainstreaming gender perspective in the communities and organization. And so we participated in the trainers training on feminism and education work with women and men at Mindes Cavite on June 1 to 15, 2022, which was facilitated by Institute of Women's Studies St. Scholastica's College. I, together with Dr. de Guzman, participated in this TRTR. BUOU also conducted a webinar on the role of women in development in the new normal, which was facilitated, of course, by our very able speaker, attorney Rochelle Marie Cortez-Nas, and after which was the launching of the God Corner in BU Open University. Thank you very much and welcome to BUOU.
Thank you, Dr. Cabiles, to share with us the services offered by the Information Communication Technology Office. We have the Director of ICTO, Dr. Aris J. Ordonez.
Good day. This is Aris Ordonez, the Director of the ICT Office of Bicol University. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome everybody to Bicol University. This pandemic may have brought all of us to a halt, make disruptions to our way of life, and makes us miss most of the things that we love doing for the moment. Education, however, must not stop. Bicol University will continue delivering quality education along with each other's services regardless of the situation. Hard as it may seem, our office is committed to provide the necessary services along information and communication technology to bring everybody together, provide the necessary support to make education possible amidst restrictions, and allow you to make your stay in the university to be as substantial, memorable, and enjoyable as possible. Our office will provide the necessary avenue using information technology as a tool, as a bridge, and as a method as you take on your journey as students of Bicol University vying for your academic degrees. For you to better understand the function of the ICT office and the services that it provides, let us all take a look at this.
The Student Center is the portal of every BUeño to the online services of the university. It covers access to the enrollment process, viewing of grades, student schedule, requests for transcript of records and other student documents, and faculty evaluation. To access the Student Center, open the Bicol University website, scroll to the bottom and click on the link that says my.bicol-u student portal. The next screen will show the different access links to the system. Choose any server to access the application. Log in using your student number and password to access its offered services. Once inside the system, students can view their grades, self-enroll, and evaluate their respective professors. Bicol University, through its affiliation with Google, allows students to utilize the services of Google by using their university-assigned email addresses. Simply log into Google using the student's email address and start using all of its applications. This includes email, Google Classroom, Google Drive, Hangout, Meet, Jamboard, and all of the Google Office applications such as Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, and Google Form. To access the University Learning Management System, simply scroll down to the bottom of the BU website and click on the BU-LMS link to access the application. Your email addresses will also be your login credentials to access the LMS. Some students may tend to forget their login information to their email in LMS. The ICT office provides assistance for the students by simply accessing the Google form provided to indicate their request for services. Simply fill up the form and send. All these services may be accessed online. However, if there's an instance where you feel the need to visit us personally, you may do so by dropping by at the second floor of the Building 1 of the College of Science at the main campus. Thank you.
Thank you to our speakers for making this activity possible. To conclude our orientation program, we would like to call the Research and Extension Coordinator, Dr. Ramon T. De Leon.
According to Robert Collier, success is the sum of all efforts repeatedly done day in and day out. And I would personally say as well that success in every endeavor always demands a proper start. That is why we are having our orientation today before the start of the semester. Good day, everyone. To our school administrators, headed by our very own Dr. Arnulfo M. Mascareñas, to the Dean of the Bicol University Open University, Dr. Ramses M. Lorino, my co-faculty and the staff of BUOU, and of course to our dear students spread all over the world. I wish that everyone are having a good day today. After listening to inspiring messages from our key university officials, we are oriented on open and distance e-learning instruction modality. With that, sana naman mga student natin hindi na magte-text na may klase ba tayo today? Because our LMS are always open 24/7 for you to do your coursework anytime of the day of your convenience. While synchronous sessions are also announced in advance. After that, the academic policies were also clearly lined up for you to be guided in every step of your academic journey. Be on track and graduate as scheduled. Orientation on student support services were made to make you aware of the facilities, programs, and services available to you to help you along the way. Then the talk on God had made us more aware of gender-responsive programs, plans, activities, and targets, and remind us as well to use gender-fair language as we deal with fellow students, your FICs, and administrators. And of course, the talk on the information and communication clarified our concerns on doing your coursework virtually in distant and open learning platform. This afternoon, it will be made more meaningful as our academic support services, Professor Rolly M. Montealegre, orients us on maximizing the use of LMS and the technicalities and issues we encounter so that we can provide you the best learning experience possible in an open university way. In closing, I would like to express our appreciation and gratitude in behalf of the BUOU family to all those who made this orientation a success. Sa ating lahat, Diyos mabalos po.
Thank you, Dr. De Leon. For more information and updates, please visit our official Facebook page, Bicol University Open University, and the BUOU Student Council. And you may email us at bu-ou@bicol-u.edu.ph. Thank you for staying with us. We hope to see you and we will get to know our respected program advisors and interact with our fellow students as we elect our program officers. This is Maria Eleanor Gibron, your moderator for this orientation. Thank you for your participation and have a nice day.
This is the school we wish to sing, of a school to honor and revere, a temple built by man of firmness, a mold for you to walk with pride, for He will always be united, although we tread on distant lands. We all shall cherish what you've taught us, that you wholeheartedly gave forth. Be